trapping.
Oh my god, it worked.
If you guys don't know what just fucking happened, he just started the record button with his fucking boot. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to fucking oil these up. Just show them in camera. Thank you, my hip was cramping and I couldn't move it. Dude, I was in fucking... literally, my entire right side just went... And just as you were doing that, I was like...
Oh, man.
So, thank you, because, oh my god, that was locked.
Anyways, people, welcome back to Stars the Boys podcast. I'm Jacob, and I'm here with...
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein, oh god.
Kirby, there.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can start it off formally.
They're the same... Oh, no. I guess.
Okay. So...
Just a minute in, we're already going with the controversial jokes.
Would you like a chip?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Do you want a chip?
And this is, episode... Not you trying to freaking fit a chip in one of the freaking laptop plugins.
What do you mean? It's supposed to accept chips.
Oh, my god. Not the freaking dad jokes. Anyways, but, yeah, this is episode 106. The 2-year anniversary of the podcast was last week, which that was a fucking crazy episode.
Well, how did that episode go? I forgot, because...
we had Hunter here, because, if you guys don't know, according to... Because this is obviously recording... We're recording this a week prior to when it releases. But since I had to go to Florida... Oh, yeah, also, I'm going to talk about that. We filmed the 2-year anniversary before I left for Florida, so that was 2 weeks ahead of its release. So, because we filmed the last one of January that Wednesday, and then we filmed the 2-year anniversary podcast that following Saturday to get ahead. That way when I was gone. But we had Hunter here. It was a 2-hour episode. I just remember we were all laughing our fucking asses off. It was late at night because we were waiting for Hunter to come back from his concert. And that is that's probably the most fun episode we've ever done in the history of doing our podcast.
I'll be honest, I do not remember that episode.
It was a long one. We were all very tired.
That's what I mostly remember. Like I had to go to the ranch in the morning. I was fucking exhausted.
Yeah, so that was a fun episode, so I hope you guys enjoy that episode. And for anyone who stuck around for the whole 2 hours, you guys are fucking real ones. And stay tuned for that 3-year anniversary next year. I wonder how freaking... Hopefully next year for 3-year anniversary we can have Zach, because I think the only reason we didn't have him this time is because he was sick at the time.
Yeah. Because it's been a whole month.
Oh, yeah. And
today.
Tattoo. You guys don't know what it is. It's Lose Your Lover from one of my favorite movies, or my favorite movie of all time. I got this while I was in Florida, and I'll talk about Florida a little bit. Because I remember a few episodes ago I was talking about I was going to the Royal Rumble, but also what's funny is that me and my sister got last-minute tickets to Monday Night Raw that following Monday.
I saw that.
Yeah, and we were like the 4th row on the floor, so like...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we were at least
Good last-minute tickets.
Yeah, we were at least 20 feet away from the ring.
Oh, real quick, hang on. I've been dying to do this in a fucking episode. We have to. Saturdays with the Yeehaws.
Saturday was with the Yeehaws. Oh my god. Look. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. That's where the tag is. Okay.
Yeah.
That way I know.
There's a kind of a rule with that where because this was kind of tied in a bow, but I had to tighten it a little.
Oh, okay.
But if there's like a bow right there, that's usually where the back of it is.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's also the way my hair's fucking sticking out. Honestly, it looks like I just took you out on a fucking, like, what is it called? One of those paddle boats on a lake.
Yeah.
It's like I just got done with a ranch and you're here to, like, sit in, like, a white gown and then you die and now I'm depressed and I don't know how to go with that. Fuck.
There's a snake in my...
Why does my hat actually kind of look like Woody's, though?
It actually does. What the fuck?
Yeah, I just kind of realized
Yours
that.
looks like more like Woody's. I just kind of feel like Oppenheimer.
You do not look like Oppenheimer.
No, not me. Just the hat. It reminds me of it.
He wears something called a pork pie hat.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know why it reminded me of that so much.
Well, no, it's he wears more of like a fedora type.
Yeah.
Whereas the hats I mostly wear are mostly Western style, but I also got a new hat while you were gone too.
Oh yeah.
It was a green one, so it does actually. If you saw it, you would think it looks like Oppenheimer's hat.
Yeah.
Speaking of hats, did you know when you remember when we watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Yeah.
So after that movie, that hat was actually repurposed into another movie. I forgot what about, but after that movie, no one knows what happened to Clint Eastwood's hat. It's gone, like missing.
And that movie came out, what, 1966?
67?
66. So mid-60s.
All right.
So it's been gone for 30, 40, 50, nearly 60 years. That's insane.
Oh, dude, yeah. Clint Eastwood is actually set to have, like, the best Hollywood career. Throughout he's very rarely had a bad movie that he's directed or starred in. The last movie he made and starred and directed in was called Cry Macho. And it's like he plays this guy who used to be in rodeos. I haven't seen the movie, but what I've seen from the reviews, it wasn't that good, which is kind of sad for a Clint Eastwood movie. But he's in his 90s.
Okay, this is something that I just saw the other day that caught my fucking eye. Did you know they're coming out with a new fucking Ghostbusters movie?
Again?
This time it's the original cast. Yeah. And not only that, they have some like newer, like the younger kids. No. Do you know who's one of them? The guy that played
Richie.
Yeah.
Because he was in the original. Wait, hang on. Are you talking about Afterlife?
It's what is it called? Because it's coming out in March. I forgot what it's called.
Hang on, yeah, because I need to see real quick.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's coming out in March.
Okay, real quick.
March 22nd.
You guys don't know how big of a fan I am. I want to buy a hearse just that way I could turn it into a Ghostbusters mobile.
Yeah, so check this out. So cast McConaughey, Grace, Bill Murray.
Oh my god!
Emily and Lynn, Finn Wolfhard from he was in It and Stranger Things. Paul Rudd, who played Ant-Man in Marvel. Dan Aykroyd, who was another original. Same with Ernie Hudson.
Ernie.
Oh yeah, I did see the end.
Uri.
And then Carrie Coon, Logan
Carrie
Kim,
Coon,
Caliste O'Connor, Annie Potts, and James Acaster.
Yeah, I think that's Acaster.
William Atherton, Patton Oswalt, and then Humal Ali Nanjiani.
Speaking of, did you know that when Afterlife came out, one of the actors died before?
Yeah.
The guy with the glasses who's like, I collect spores, mold, and fungus.
Yeah, I remember he passed away.
He was my favorite one, too.
I mean, this is an obvious one, but I think Bill Murray was my favorite just because of his smart-ass comments throughout the movies.
Oh, yeah, especially... Bill Murray is also just a really good actor, too. I think...
I'm also kind of anxious to see it when it comes out because I want to see it, but at the same time, just like... They're making another one, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, that's what makes me anxious. Is like, usually when they make so many, it kind of draws out.
Real quick, as well, I'll take the spotlight one last time. I wanted to show this off to you guys. So this is, as you can tell, it's an overcoat. Has the tails here. Tails here.
Oh, yeah, freaking...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'll come back down. But, the thing that's special about this coat is on the inside pocket... So I can't see. On the inside of the coat, if you look... Yeah, because it says right here, this is made in America. Which some of these coats are actually rare when they're made in America, but this isn't. This is a vintage coat, as in like it's an old coat.
Yeah.
It'll say right here. Let's see if I could get this close enough for you guys to see. This was made in 1949. 100% wool, and it's guaranteed to be 100% wool because if it's made for the military, it has to be guaranteed.
Yeah.
And as well as this was made for the United States Air Force. And one thing that's actually very particular about the coats or anything that was meant to keep soldiers warm during these times, modern day military gear, as far as I know, is a little bit more cheaper. But during that time, they made such reliable coats, and during this time, there was a little more constant war going on, that these coats were almost supposed to guarantee to succeed in not only lasting but keeping warm. So while I was wearing that today, he saw me walking with just snow all over my body, and then it was literally dropping down me. And then he's like, "Are you okay? You're cold." And I'm like, "No, I'm fine." Like, it is the best coats to own. If you want to find a good coat, though, what I'd recommend, bomber jackets or bomber coats, because they're made actually out of not only wool but like sheep's sheep shirling. And what's special about that, it's warmer than wool, because they were made for pilots in World War I who had to fly up that high in the sky without cover over them. So they were meant to keep them warm in like negative 46 degrees temperature with just one coat on. They'd still have layers underneath.
Yeah.
But needless to say, coats like that were made for the military, especially the British, are some of the best like collector coats to find. And most of the coats that you find like that, if you go on like Facebook Marketplace, are worth $200. On auction, some of these sell for thousands.
Yeah.
Like, they're very famous for their memorabilia, especially if you get the ones that were made during wartime.
Yeah.
Because those ones were almost guaranteed to have seen it. That's why a lot of them don't exist anymore or aren't around anymore, because they were destroyed during the war from how many deaths happened.
Yeah.
So, finally, the question I could ask you.
Alright.
What's your favorite underrated Disney movie? Like, everyone else hates it, but you love it.
Favorite underrated Disney movie? I don't know. That's a lot of the ones that I like are like very well known.
Frozen.
Yeah.
What's your favorite like princess one?
Well, because Princess one, yeah, probably. But freaking, because I remember I told him this story that like, because the first Frozen came out in like 2013, so I was like in third grade. I remember freaking Olaf's song. I forget how it goes now, but at the time, this was like over 10 years ago. Like,
in my hand.
Oh my god.
Up against the burning sand, probably gaining a gorgeous tan in summer.
Yeah, like that song. Like at the time, I learned that song word for fucking word, and I remember at my music class, I
sang it.
I sang it from the whole entire class, and they fucking loved it. So I guess I was like the popular kid for like one fucking day. But I was very proud of myself for learning one song word for fucking word.
Dude,
but
I remembered. If you're proud of yourself for remembering every song, I watched Frozen 40 times in 1 week. I learned every single fucking song, and they will never leave my head. What's your favorite song from Frozen? Is it Olaf's Frozen Things Do? Because everyone knows the very infamous Let It Go song. I'll never fucking unhear it.
Oh yeah, that's been around for not only that, like, people have made memes about it and fucking parodies to it, and it was
Do you think
one of the most that I feel like that song took over things as far as like Disney for the longest time.
Dan Vasc should make a heavy metal Let It Go cover.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. I think at one point I was gonna make a parody of like when you have to shit. It's like can't hold
Someone
it
already
in.
made that.
Oh.
I mean, it was for a Vine, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was like, let it go, can't hold the poop anymore. And it was a Marlon Webb Vine.
There was one that's like, fuck it all.
Honestly, my favorite song from that was probably the beginning, when they're chopping the ice.
Oh wait, there's this fucking one that freaking it doesn't even go with the song, but it's just so fucking funny but stupid. I don't know if I want to screen record because I don't want to make that freaking
No. I think this should just be a listening experience.
Yeah. I just want the YouTube short version of it. I don't want the whole entire song. Oh yes, this video. Oh shit. This was from like.
All right, you already have my attention. You need me to hold it or?
That way, people can. Well, no, I'm gonna put it with the mic too. That way they can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but freaking, yeah, you can play it. Bro broke the fucking sound barrier at that.
Bro was so passionate about that song. He put his entire heart and soul and dicks in his ass into that song. Fuck.
Yeah, so you guys, I didn't show you guys, but it was basically a parody of Let It Go, which was what we were talking about earlier. But oh man, but that
Yeah,
one's
guaranteed if we showed that on YouTube, Disney would immediately be like, haha.
I mean, it's on. I mean, it's on YouTube itself. But I mean, copyright.
What's ridiculous about that? Yeah, you could take the video itself and post it onto YouTube, but then once you make a video like this and you're like, okay, we're showing Frozen, Disney's immediately like, you can't do what the mouse says, huh?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Copyright laws, huh?
I can't do a goofy laugh.
But you remember that guy on TikTok who used to have all the Judy Hopps photos on his wall?
Yeah.
You know, he actually got... so they said, like, hey, take down your videos and stuff like that, or, like, take down your photos, stop posting stuff about this.
Yeah.
It got so bad that he is now banned from entering any Disney site, and if he ever enters it, he is to be arrested immediately.
Oh, shit.
So, fun fact about the guy who made the Judy Hopps account. He did it as a joke. And then he said to himself, I don't think it's a joke anymore.
Cause I know there's a few things that we were wanting to talk about. One of them so far is definitely the Super Bowl, since this will be airing the night before Super Bowl. And another thing is there's a lot of freaking like news, like reports and shit going on in the wrestling world right now.
Oh yeah, I thought we were going to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
If you guys know wrestling, you know what we're talking about. If you're like
the Vince McMahon allegations right now.
Not even allegations, because they're proven.
Yeah.
It's no longer an allegation. It's serious, bro. It's Jover.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, Graham, like, I was like, for a second, I was like, talking about, like, would it be controversial to talk about it on the podcast? But at the same time, but it's like, it's also big.
I mean, not when you shit on a woman's head, leave her there for 3 hours while another wrestler goes down on her.
Bro, I told pulling an Amber Heard.
Vince McTurd.
Vince McTurd. Oh my god.
Vince McMahonhole.
Oh my god, freaking. But yeah, so, but there's also the same thing going on with because you know, because we have a thing going on called with the Epstein list. They kind of the same thing with Vince's list, and apparently Brock Lesnar's on there.
No.
Because he's going through allegations right now too.
Does that hurt?
Not too bad, but it's kind of like...
Is it because Brock Lesnar is one of the people that defeated Undertaker?
My 9-year-old self would say yes, of course, but now that I'm older, I'm just kind of like...
Justice for Undertaker.
Justice for Undertaker. I don't know, but no, freaking Undertaker's retired now. But if Undertaker was on that list, I would have been like, what?
Dude, immediately you'd have to look at like all your merchandise and be like, what the fuck do I do now?
But not only that, just like Undertaker, Mark Calloway is his real name. He's just one of the most like least hateable wrestler ever that worked with WWE, because he's just like, you can't even hate the guy. He's just so humble. And
I think it's also just like when he joined WWE, he wanted to do it just as a job career. He wanted to live his life, and now that he's older, he's just like, yeah, I've done my time. I just want to live my life normally.
Yeah, and just like he's like, for anyone that like wants to cancel like certain wrestlers for certain things, he's like the least cancelable wrestler you can try to cancel.
I think him and Cody Rhodes are like there's a few. Here's my like top 5. It goes Undertaker, because I haven't seen that man do anything wrong except for the time he almost killed someone. I would also say Cody Rhodes, just because I haven't seen anything bad with him, but I don't know everything about wrestling. I'm just going off of what I know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley, and Rey Mysterio. Okay. Actually, no. I'll replace Rey Mysterio for John Cena. Actually, I think out of everyone, that man is like one of the more down to earth actors and wrestlers.
Yeah.
Here's the best way to put it: John Cena is what The Rock should have become.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of both
have their own like personalities and roles.
Yeah.
But it's also like I kind of miss The Rock having emotion. Like when he was in WWE, he tried so many things because he was passionate about it. And now that he's in the Hollywood industry, he was just so bland.
No mean to interrupt, but I gotta address this as for any of the wrestling fans out there. The Rock versus Roman Reigns is fucking happening at WrestleMania 40. It is. Yeah, on SmackDown last night, which was a week ago for you guys, since we recorded a week prior.
Did you see that? Not in person, but live?
No, I fucking wish, because it was on SmackDown last night instead of Monday Night Raw when they were in Tampa. But even though it was still a good show, because they were in Birmingham, Alabama last night. Alabama.
That must hurt, actually. You were just one day away,
or like one television event away from seeing The Rock.
Right.
But it's okay because I got to see CM Punk before he left for injury.
The Rock keeps like making appearances and coming back more and more to WWE lately.
Well, he is now signed with TKO, which is part of WWE.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it makes him freaking because him and Triple H are like the heads of the business, basically, kind of like how Vince was.
Yeah.
But that's why when the whole freaking shit with Vince was coming out, he was kicked out of it, and The Rock came in, basically.
Here's what I'll give The Rock credit for. I think he is such a great actor that he has something to give these wrestlers.
Yeah.
That is what I will give credit for. As much as he doesn't show emotion as far as we see, especially on things like TV, I have not met him in person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this with confidence. I'm just saying I wish I could see more than just a talking robot when I see him online. Especially in this Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
But then when it comes down to something like wrestling, I think that he is probably the best person to teach it.
Not only that, I mean, it's part of, if you think about him and his family history, it's part of the family business, basically, because
because he started it off. Well, he was the first wrestler of his family, or was...
No, first it was his dad, Rocky Johnson, his dad.
Oh, so that's how he got the name The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was one before, so I think that makes The Rock a third generation, because first it was his grandpa, and then his dad, and then him, and then that would make his daughter, Iva Rain, I believe her name, that would make her the fourth generation, because she just started her career in NXT, and she's only, she's only 22, so she started out fairly young, but then again, with sons and daughters that
I feel so
their parents that are part of the
fingers right now.
How do I say this? The sons and daughters, like their parents, let's say like they're part of the business, it's easier for them to get into the business at such a young age because it's basically the family business. Kind of like in my life, I would have been able to get into the mechanic business because it was a family business at the time.
Speaking of, because this man has ever talked about wanting to do WWE.
Or just pro wrestling in general. I don't care if it's WWE, AEW, the indies.
I'm just going to say, wrestling. While you're still young, you need to try to give it a shot. If you really want to do it, sometime soon you need to try.
I know I want to. It's just pro wrestling training just to get into pro wrestling training. It's so fucking expensive.
How expensive? Do you have to pay like a tuition or like outright the entire thing?
So they say just for one training session, just one single training session for, let's just say you just want to do one for your entire life, $250. But if you're trying to get like a whole, like if you're trying to get a part of the business and everything that adds up, since it's such a serious business that like, not only that, like you can get injured, you can risk your life, about $5,000.
Just for one lesson?
Not for one lesson, but to like actually have a training, like not just for one lesson, but actually like start training regularly there. Yeah, at least the one in.
What I am going to say.
At least the one in Denver is.
No, what I'm going to say to you is minimum wage, at least at $13.60. With that means that the annual income salary, if you're working full time, and regularly is 20,000.
Yeah.
Meaning you could, or 26,000, I think. Just save up 5,000 then.
Yeah.
And then do it outright.
Yeah. That's why, like, I'm trying to, like, granted right now, like, yeah, I don't have a job right now, but, and I still get paid by my mom, which, shout out to her, she does not have to do that at all. Which she's kind of the only reason why I'm kind of making just a little teeny tiny bit of a living, just teeny tiny bit. But until I actually get a job and whatnot, which is what I'm trying to do. And I know I'm still in my senior year of high school right now, too, so I need to focus on that. Just all this
I think
shit.
once you actually have a diploma, I think it'll be much easier for you to get a job because you can finally say, oh, yeah, I have a diploma.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's actually something that they do look for on applications. People are like, oh, I don't need a diploma. Coming from someone who doesn't have a diploma, yep, they look at that. They do.
Yeah.
Be ashamed of yourself. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm doing my GED program right now. What are you doing, Carl?
What are you doing, Carl?
Carl, that kills me.
Carl!
You do that too well. Why is that you and me? Why are the llamas and with hats you and me just Carl, that kills people. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know that did that. And then you're like, and it's so funny where it's like, huh, I kind of expected something worse from you.
Oh, man. But yeah, like, for any of the wrestling fans out there, you thought wrestling, as far as WWE, has changed with the business since Triple H came in charge? Just wait until, just give it some time with The Rock also being part of it. Just give it some time. It's just getting fucking started. It hasn't even been 2 years yet, so.
Right. I think
I'm
it's
excited.
Gonna do good things with
Oh,
it,
yeah,
too.
I'm excited to see it. Like, I'm excited to see how things will
So, should we talk
continue
about
to
the
evolve.
Vince McMahon thing right now? Or do you want to go into the Super Bowl?
We can lean towards more Super Bowl towards the end. But at the same time, since we got about like 3 minutes to 30 seconds till I get to the halftime advertisements.
Oh, speaking of, just real quick before anything, me and him have already decided the teams that we are going for. I am going for San Francisco.
Yeah.
Because last year he chose the team that I fucking wanted, so this year I'm choosing because I want the Dr. Pepper this time.
Oh my god.
I just like the small chuckle, not even a hysterical laugh, just a.
Yeah, that was a weird laugh. That was.
I know.
I was like, what the fuck just came out of me?
I'm not saying it's bad, but you just sound like Goofy there for a second.
That was a horrible fucking.
Dude, it just sounds like that time I coughed a hot dog out of my mouth.
Hot dog. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
Oh my god, that's gonna sound so bad when we go back to edit.
That's not gonna make the edit.
Oh, you're gonna edit that clip out.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I might be too lazy to. I don't know.
Here, I'll hold that for you. Your arm's probably tired.
I don't know. That's not too bad. I'm just getting a drink. Talking so much for the podcast.
God damn it, Bobby! Did you grab a ha glass? You know one of my favorite memes on the internet? It was created by the Russian Badger. It's fucking Hank Hill wearing soldier uniforms like, God damn it, Bobby, I told you I didn't want to go to Iraq.
Damn it, Bobby, that's not a real grill. That's a novelty grill. That's the only thing I know from memory.
We cook our steak medium rare. But Dad, what if they want well done? We ask them politely yet firmly to leave. If anyone says they're a Baltimore Ravens fan, we tell them to leave. Unless they're Broncos fans.
Unless they're Broncos fans.
But yeah, I have my bet on San Francisco because I do not want fucking... What's his name? Travis Kelce?
The one that's dating Taylor Swift. Who said that insane?
Listen, I don't hate Taylor Swift's music. I don't even think she's a bad person. What I don't like about it is... all of her music is just almost all of it's about breakups. And she has some songs that have variety. She has some country songs. And another thing that's actually kind of disappointing, she said that she made one of the best goth songs ever. Taylor Swift.
I'm sorry, but she just makes white girl music. Like, how the fuck, you know?
Thank you.
Dude,
the other thing about it too is, and I feel bad for Taylor Swift about it, and Taylor Swift has gone out of her way to say, yeah, I hate my fans, because they start literal fucking cults around her. Meat Cannon did a video about this where it's that video of like Travis Kelce on the field is like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with her. Then all the Taylor Swift fans in the Super Bowl audience turn to him, and then they carry him up to Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift's looking down. And it's like, I can't do this. I'm breaking up. And then Taylor Swift turns into like this bird monster, eats him, devours his soul, and then makes a song about it.
Yeah.
And then all of her fans are going, woo! And then after he posted that video, these people that had Taylor Swift, like Taylor Swift fans, Swifties as they're called,
Yeah.
that had on their profile, no, we don't believe in bullying. Bullying's such a bad thing. We're telling Meat Cannon to kill himself and like calling him a fat fuck and things like that.
Yeah.
And he was laughing the whole time. He's like, because he realized like you guys are just fake people who worship this woman.
Yeah.
Here's what I will understand why people like Taylor Swift, especially women. She has songs that are relatable. She has so many variety when it comes to these breakup songs. She actually has some decent country songs, some decent pop songs.
Yeah.
She does have relatable music, especially to women. I see why they like her. I'll give her that. She is a good singer. What I don't like is a lot of her songs are the same, and most of them are about breakups.
Yeah.
And that just gave her a lot of music. No, not music, a lot of fame. And that's not a bad thing. It's just kind of a lazy formula. And then her fans, oh my fuck. Dude, they'll be in her concert, like, literally burning candles around a picture, going in circles at the movie theater about her Eras tour. Just, she's not full of herself. She just kind of tries different things. I'll give her that. But fuck, I have never seen... I thought Slipknot fan base... I thought the Nirvana fan base was bad. No. Fuck, if you go to a Taylor Swift fan, it's like, yeah, I like Taylor Swift. They're like, name all 10,000 songs by her. At least when you go to a Nirvana fan, they're like, fake. You're a fake fan.
Yeah.
At least they're a little bit more fucking chill. Because just like Kurt Cobain, they don't have a gun.
Banning out. Oh man. Yeah, but now I'm going to get into the halftime advertising, and this is where I remind you guys to say, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, what the hell are you freaking doing? Subscribe to the podcast and turn notifications on. We're at 22 podcast subscribers. Get us to 30. And turn notifications on and stay tuned for new episodes every Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
That was the cringiest thing we've ever done, was both of us trying to mimic each other. Subscribe to the podcast! Why do we say it like we're a fucking 2013 child's YouTube channel?
Because I don't usually do advertisements. This is my first time actually trying, even though I'm not getting anything out of it. But
doing advertisements for like the past 30 episodes.
I'm still learning, but anyways,
Okay, if you're going to try to sell something, this is how you sell something.
We made one episode. What?
Okay. In all genuality, we do this because we enjoy your guys' company, because we do actually see the videos that you guys watch. We love listening to your comments. And one of these days, I actually hope that you guys give us enough comments that we're able to do a reaction videos.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something like that. But also at the same time, I'm not going to do that until we get the comments. I'm not going to just, okay, we have this comment from 2020, now we have this comment from 2043. Now we have enough to make a singular video.
23 years apart.
But come on. If you just like and subscribe, if you like us. If you don't, that's fine. You could also check out his channel, Jacob Dollywise. We're thinking about changing the name and profile, maybe later on.
Maybe later on, yeah.
That really depends. You're at, what, 360 now?
267.
267, so close to 300. And if you guys could help us grow, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and also about the main channel, you'll see more of me or the guys. I do regular uploads every Friday. Right now, you'll get gaming videos on Saturdays, and then you'll get podcast highlights over there as well, and whatnot. And I think in the next few months, I might change my schedule up a little bit as far as like gaming videos to like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. More so after I graduate high school. That way, I have more time for that as well, because I know I've been hearing a lot of people say, including him, about like how my game videos are such once in a blue moon kind of thing, which I'm going to switch that up after I graduate. That way I have more time. That way I don't have to worry about school. And not only that, it would just be nice to switch it up a little bit, the schedule up a little bit. So, but as far as regular uploads, as far as like my every Friday, that will remain the same. And then, but as far as gaming, it would switch to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and maybe still Saturday too. So,
real quick, you know something I'm just now thinking back of? Remember when I was bald and we tried doing that Stone Cold Steve Austin video with wrists? Where it's like Hunter looked like...
That video never made it, by the way.
Unfortunately, dude, I tried so hard that night to try to catch those cans, and I couldn't for the fucking life of me. So we had Hunter who looked like Roman Reigns?
I think so. Now he just looks more like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, so we had Hunter on there, and he was supposed to be like Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre. Then it's supposed to, I was bald at this time, if you guys remember Cancer Kirby. And it's me walking out of the garage doing like the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin walk.
Yeah.
And then it's me grabbing the 2 beers, smashing them, drinking them, then going up, going like this, and trying to catch the beers. I could never catch the fucking beer. It wasn't a beer, it was a brisk.
Brisk, yeah. Iced tea, raspberry. Very good flavor.
You guys remember back when we first started, it was brisk every fucking night. It was a brisk. It was a brisk, a Dr. Pepper, and that was it. That was our drinks. Those were our diets.
And then I switched to Bang, but then for a while, but
Bang didn't really stick. Well, never mind. Never fucking mind. Looking back, I was the first one that tried it too.
yeah, and you're the only one that didn't like it, surprisingly. Because I actually like Bang.
There's a few I like. You know a brand actually I don't think I'll ever drink? Prime.
Yeah. Not only just because I think we'd be discussing just mainly just fuck you, Logan Paul. I mean, as far as like, I don't know how I feel about the guy. I mean, yeah, he's made a lot of success, but he has a big fucking controversial past.
Well, especially when someone like him or Jake Paul is in front of Snoop Dogg and they said, I had a hard life, but then they grew up in a 3-story house.
Yeah.
Got jobs immediately when they were set at like 16, 18 maybe.
But not only that, got popular on Vine immediately.
Then YouTube.
And then YouTube immediately.
Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And then almost got canceled because of the Suicide Force video.
Yeah, that was 6 years.
And then go on to a boxing career. And then from your boxing career, you say in front of Snoop Dogg, who was the frame for double murder, as in he was in gangs to fucking survive.
Yeah.
And then you say in front of him, you had a hard life. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that I hate, where if you think that while your parents lived comfortably, gave you everything you wanted, that you wanted for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then you say to someone like that, who truly has to struggle, you should be in that forest.
Anyways, but what I was gonna say is, as far as like his current career right now, as far as like doing YouTube and WWE, I will say though, at the time when he first got signed with WWE, I wasn't happy about it. But after watching him for a little bit now, for almost 2 years on wrestling, he's not that this is what I'll give him credit for, as far as like seeing like interviews and like what other people like seeing with like what like Triple H and Shawn Michaels say about him. He knows he's learning his way around the business. That's what I'll give him credit for. As a human being himself, I'm not going to make too much of a judgment, because I know after the whole Suicide Force thing, I will
so much backlash.
It took so much backlash, but at the same time, I think that's the thing that made him humble, too. And in a sense, and made him humble, I think.
Here's what I'll say about Logan Paul. Not Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul has made an effort to at least try not to be a douchebag or less. He has at least tried and has been humbled because of that.
Yeah.
Jake Paul has kind of just continued down that same path and never let go.
There's a reason why Logan Paul calls him the problem child. There's a reason why his nickname is that.
And it's just Jake Paul. I can understand being famous at a young age and it gets to you, but nonetheless, that doesn't excuse your actions. It's what Markiplier said, and I'll take Markiplier's words straight from what he said. The golden rule still applies. You have to treat everyone the way you want to be treated.
The same thing that we've been taught since fucking kindergarten.
Yeah, and then he said you're seeing it less and less this day. That's true. That's a little true. And it's the simple fact that if you treat people with niceness and kindness, even when they're rude to you, at the end of the day, sometimes they're still able to look at you, even when they disagreed with you, and just simply say, you know what, at least he was still nice to me. And that's the thing that sucks. No one is like, oh, he was nice to me. It's just, oh, he didn't agree with this, so we must bring him down. And the biggest thing you see in is politics, to be honest. Oh, dude, anytime I talk about... Like, here's a good example. Trump. Trump is such a controversial subject to talk about.
That is part of politics, and politics is just controversial in general.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks. No one should lose their job or their positions, Disney, for kicking someone out because they had a political opinion. Yeah. Scott Cawthon was another good example. If a political opinion mattered so fucking much, then why the fuck aren't you doing something about it to our own politics? You know what really grinds my gears?
Like kicking a fat kid at Kmart, you know what I'm saying? Fucking
No,
Theobon.
but here's what I'm fucking annoyed about. I don't get into politics because there's not a lot I could do. I don't bitch and complain until there's something I know I can do, which is when I vote. I do vote. I'm not going to tell you my parties because I'm pretty neutral.
Yeah.
But fuck, if you are so angry about someone like something that like someone like Trump did or said, fucking do something about it. Then sit at home and bitch on Twitter. There's a reason why we are allowed to go into these streets and then have, what's it called? Peaceful protest. There's a reason why we did this, and it's worked. It has worked with Black Lives Matter movement when it was peaceful. It worked in the 40s with that same thing with Martin Luther King. It has worked significantly so much that if someone like you absolutely cares so fucking much, do something.
Yeah.
Don't just kick someone out because you don't agree with them or because they're not agreeing with the masses.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, these are opinions, and what you just showed us is that you are so afraid of losing something that you've become so unoriginal. Here's another thing, actually, I'll talk about. And George Lucas brought this up, too, where he said, like, Disney's a good example. They're so afraid about doing something new.
Yeah.
A good example, look at, like, the 80s. You had Back to the Future. You had Jurassic Park. You had Star Wars. Ghostbusters. Classics, right?
Yeah.
And when they came out, they were fresh ideas. Now look at it. We have now had made so many Star Wars movies, Jurassic Park movies to Jurassic World movies, now more Ghostbusters movies. People are afraid to do something original.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of that. And the reason being is because they've shown that these things succeed in the past, especially when there was a sequel made on it. So then they thought, hey, if we keep making more, people keep coming back. Make an original idea. God, and a good example of an original idea, Ready Player One. Based off the book, and then they made it into a movie. That's actually a good idea. Another good idea, especially for a good horror movie, what was it? Boogeyman. Such a good horror movie. Check it out.
Oh yeah, very good horror movie.
Movies like that move people because of how the villain is designed, how new it is. Because you see villains like the Boogeyman who like travel in the dark and all that, but none like the Boogeyman gets to you so eerily that you're afraid of the dark every second.
Yeah.
But God, and FNAF is kind of doing the same thing, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not too mad about that because it has so much built into it.
Yeah.
Like, it's more than just game. It has books based on it, so many books.
A movie now.
And now a movie. It's not a dead horse because people have been demanding these things for years. We wanted this, and so what we're wanting now, originality. Create your own fucking character. A good example of Star Wars, actually, Mark Hamill actually went off his way sarcastically say, like, you're right, Rey's so different, lived on a desert planet, found a droid, then someone magically came along to try to find and collect that droid that just so happened to be fighting against the bad guys, and then find the Millennium Falcon, and then goes into space, and then something happens, and then they have to blow up a Death Star.
Yeah.
It's just the same formula. Fuck. And then they did it again with Star Wars in Episode 8 by trying to recreate these scenes in newer days. So they could give us this nostalgia. Jurassic World did that so fucking heavily too.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a long rant, I'm sorry. But I am so tired of every movie I see be like, a sequel,
Yeah.
triple sequel, double sequel, Triple H.
Time to play the game. Oh my god.
But God, that's the reason why like video games actually start doing so well. There's a few classics that won't die out. Doom is a good example.
Yeah.
Doom's not going to die out fast.
Yeah.
Sonic, Mario, Legend of Zelda. These are games that have meant to be carried on because that is how the companies worked.
Yeah.
It's because people demand more of it. People love Mario. They love Zelda. They love Sonic. There's a lot that has gone into these that they can't simply give up on it.
Yeah.
But then if you're someone like Xbox and then you make a game like Forspoken... Actually, I'll go out and say, a good example of that too, in terms of horror games, Outlast. Outlast changed the games, horror games, in so many ways.
There's a reason why it's my favorite horror game, because not only does it not give you the feeling of fear, but it gives you the fear of paranoia.
Yeah, because at any moment when you turn, someone could come around the corner and not even like just chase after you.
Yeah.
It's just a small jump scare too. Then you're being chased.
And you can't fight, so that adds more intimidation to the
and not only that,
people
you
in the
have limited
asylum.
resources of bandages and batteries.
And that's why just like something so unique about Outlast, what makes it my favorite horror game is not like it's just because to me it's so unique, and to me it's what the definition of what horror should be, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, you still have to play Alien Isolation.
I had that on my list, and once I get the games going quicker, I'll be able to get to the games.
Yeah, so basically
Quicker,
after
too.
this May, we should actually start making games more and more.
Because, for example, as far as horror games, if you guys don't know, I just started on Resident Evil, a Biohazard. So far, I think it's really fucking interesting. I'm finding it's...
That's actually known as the scariest Resident Evil game.
It's gotten me a few times already, and I'm only like 2 episodes in, so...
So where are you at now?
I'm at the part where I'm just starting... Well, I was just starting to escape the house, but I just discovered the new part of the house.
Honestly, I remember we were always talking about this, like, video game character's crush. Tell me your guys' favorite video game character crush. Who was your first video game character crush?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I didn't really have a whole lot growing up, honestly. As far as, like, crushes. It was mainly towards, like, celebrities and whatnot.
My first one ever was Cortana from Halo.
I wasn't really around games much growing up, so I think other than, like, the fucking Wii. So...
Speaking of, were we thinking about talking about porn this episode?
Not this episode, but we're like, hey, we're both over 18. We can legally talk about porn, but at the same time, we don't want to get demonetized.
What do you mean demonetized? We're making no money off of this already.
Well, not only that, but, like, I want to get to remove because of, like, offensive...
Shadow ban, I guess is the word.
Yeah, but, yeah, so I know at some point we should talk about the Super Bowl, since that's, you know, one of the biggest events countrywide or worldwide.
I am so excited for the Super Bowl. Just, it's very interesting that it's just like, okay, if we're going off of football recently, I do not want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens against Kansas City.
Yeah, that game was bullshit.
Oh my god, I'd never seen a quarterback go back 17 yards and trip over a referee. And even then,
Baltimore got robbed.
Why the fuck didn't the referee move out of the way?
I don't know, freaking Baltimore next season better get, like, you know, because they fucking, not only that, Detroit Lions, too, they made it so far, you know?
Yeah, dude,
I wanted them to, I was rooting for freaking Baltimore and Lions, just because it's teams that we haven't seen out there so long.
Is this year, when you and me said any takers to who you think is going to go to the Super Bowl, I said Miami Dolphins, you said the Detroit Lions, and they both made it pretty far this year.
Oh yeah, did I say Detroit? Damn, I didn't think I don't remember that. Damn,
nice stutter.
I don't know what that was.
I said wait, Willie, one time.
Oh my god, but yeah, but like
I remember
I was so bummed when like the 49ers beat the Lions. I was like, I want to see the Lions do it because I was rooting them from the beginning, supposedly.
I wanted to see the Miami Dolphins because before the football season started, I watched Ace Ventura. And then it kind of hit me where it's like, they haven't won a Super Bowl in a while, and they used to be the best team in the leagues.
This is Super Bowl 58. Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck, it
Super Bowl 50 was 8 years ago. We haven't made a playoff. The Broncos haven't made a playoff or Super Bowl in 8 fucking years.
We haven't made a playoff in 8 years?
I don't think we have. Do you ever remember us freaking making a playoff game? A single playoff game the last few years?
I will be honest, I don't really remember. What's your favorite halftime?
My favorite halftime, Super Bowl halftime.
Mine is still probably the one with Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, all of them. That's still probably my favorite halftime.
I still think mine is probably the one with either that one, because that one was really fucking good. That was an amazing halftime. But I feel like if I had to choose a different one, it would probably be Super Bowl 49 with Katy Perry. That one was really good.
Who was in Super Bowl 50?
Well, 50 it was Panthers and Broncos. 49, I believe it was Patriots and Seahawks.
Dude, I was
Patriots and Seahawks.
Speaking of Super Bowl 50, why is it so memorable? Because we live in Colorado. We go for the Broncos, obviously.
Not only that, Super Bowl 50 was a huge milestone for the NFL.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I was a Panthers fan during that time, actually. That was the first...
One of my friends was, too, at the time. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
Oh, you're good. That was the first time in my life, after the Panthers lost, my mom stood up screamed in victory, looked at me and said, "Suck it." For the first time in my life, I stood up, looked at my mom, and I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." And then my mom slapped me and I went upstairs for the rest of the night. I deserved it, I'll be honest. But fuck, I was so mad about that. And there's only like one play that the Panthers had that was a good one, which is where Cam Newton, if you remember, grabbed the ball and then jumped over on top of the Broncos and then landed in the end zone by default. That was Panthers were so fucked that game. Peyton Manning's only been with the Broncos since like 2012, by the way.
Yeah. Because I told you that because you're like, no, they've been with them for longer. I was like, no, he's been with the Colts longer than the Broncos.
It surprised the hell out of me. Like, he is talked about as almost the most famous Broncos player ever.
And then he's only been a part of the team for 4 years.
Yeah, I thought he was a part of it longer from how highly he was regarded.
I don't know. He really changed the Broncos, like within just him being the quarterback. It's insane.
His dream team, like John Elway was a good one. Who else? Delirious Thomas.
Yeah.
Like those players, they made the Broncos the highlight of people's teams. That during that 4-year span that he was in, so many people, especially in like Seattle, became Denver Broncos fans. It's just so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
4 years was all it took, and he won 2 Super Bowls, and then he immediately retired.
Was it 2 Super Bowls? 'Cause I remember it was Super Bowl 50. I think that was the only Broncos one, though. Yeah, the only Broncos one, I believe, that he was with.
I guarantee it. I think it was back-to-back.
'Cause
49 and 50?
No, you're mistaking it with John Elway. John Elway did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John Elway did that. That's because the Broncos are 3-time Super Bowl champions. 2 with John Elway and 1 with Peyton Manning. So we're 3-time Super Bowl champions.
No, I'm
because
sure.
John Elway won it back-to-back, 97, 98, I believe.
You know more than me, but I'm searching this up to be for sure.
I only know that because my dad was the biggest Broncos fan. I still to this day, well, other than Stacy, Jeff, and Chad, because they're pretty big Broncos fans too. But I can't really regard my dad. He was.
So we were kind of right, and you actually were right. Their back-to-back wins were in 1998 and 1999.
98 and 99. I was a year off.
And then 2016 at Super Bowl 50.
Yeah, because I remember freaking in my bedroom we had a fucking board that had 2. It was like some sort of like little board, like a picture of the 2 Super Bowls. I mean, they both had the year and the teams that we went against in both years to show that was like back to back.
Yeah, but you're right. John Elway was the one that carried us to victory.
Yeah.
Those ones. It's just, I think the part about the Denver Broncos is, even when we haven't gone to the Super Bowl, the Denver Broncos have been known for making some of the best plays in the NFL history, especially with John Elway. John Elway and Delirious Thomas were the fucking dream team of the Broncos. And then when Peyton Manning was added, it was the undefeatable trio.
Yeah.
Like, very rarely, until they got late into the season, did the Broncos lose.
Yeah, I remember when freaking Tim Tebow was freaking a Broncos quarterback at one point.
Oh my god, that's right!
And then after the Peyton Manning got in Broncos, he went to the Jets, I believe. He got drafted to the Jets.
How long was Peyton Manning with the Colts?
A long time. How long was Peyton Manning with the Colts? I switched it up for 1998 to 2011. So 13 years.
He was in there for a good amount.
Yeah, so 13. So basically from the start, I believe the start of his career.
What city do the Colts play for, or what state?
In Indiana, because it's Indianapolis Colts, so Indianapolis, Indiana. Jesus Christ. English, please.
Another team I was kind of hoping to win. My 2 teams are also my mom's teams, and it's actually ironically his dad's team.
Yeah, Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings and Broncos. And I remember I was telling you about that, and it's like, oh no way, my dad also liked the Vikings. So I was like, really?
Yeah, because I remember one time or maybe I heard from mom, but it was either I asked him or I heard from mom, is that one of his all-time favorite teams, other than the Broncos being the home team, was Minnesota Vikings, and I'll never forget that.
I think the Vikings are like one of the only teams to actually have like a human face as a mascot.
Yeah.
I think it's them and Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders.
I'll never think of them as Las Vegas Raiders or Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Forever.
Mm.
You know, actually, I will have to say, if we're talking about least favorite football teams, Raiders.
Least favorite?
Yeah, least favorite, Raiders.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Mm.
2 reasons. One, the fans.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're... If you say anything bad about the Raiders, and I know someone who's like an obsessive Raiders fan, that he replaced all of his family portraits in his house.
I feel like that's almost as bad as Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans, I feel like are very controversial in the NFL world, or just Cowboys in general.
Dude, and so many people bet so much money on the Cowboys, and they never win.
Well, I'm not gonna say it too much though, because I have people that I know that are like really big like Cowboy fans.
Isn't your sister?
No, I have other family relatives. Yeah, because I remember I have cousins that are big fucking Cowboy fans, and I have more family relatives that are Packers fans.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really just like besides the Broncos, it's always been Dallas and Green Bay basically. Can't really think of any other team outside of that.
Here's the second reason I don't like the Raiders is because not only are the fans bad, their own team members are also known to like get into a lot of fights and legal issues so many times.
Yeah, so to do the $5, because I remember last year we did teams because of the four of us. Because I remember me and Hunter picked the Chiefs, and then you and Zach picked the Eagles last year. I think because the Eagles went last year. It was Eagles and Chiefs last year. So you're picking San Francisco. So we need to ask Hunter or Zach see if they're San Francisco or Chiefs, which I'm Chiefs this year since you picked San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, also,
we could swap it. We can be part of a team, and we can both go for San Francisco.
And then
we could do that. We don't always have to be against each other.
Well, that's a fair point, but the point is who's gonna? Do you think that we should only take a bet against each other when we want the other team to win?
Maybe we should pick teams. Who do you want? Because last year me and Hunter teamed, and you teamed with Zach last year for the bets.
Oh, San Francisco. I'm going to listen.
I know that, but do you want to team with Hunter, Zach, or me?
You.
Yeah. Do you want to team with me?
I also see. Well, here's the thing. Hunter and Zach also don't want Kansas City to win.
I really don't want Kansas City to win either. Honestly, I just kind of picked them just because I thought we were going against each other. But if we're going to be on a team, we can both do San Francisco. That means that they would both have to do Chiefs then.
Yeah, I just... here's the thing that I don't want. Like I said, I don't mind Taylor Swift. I just don't want a Taylor Swift Super Bowl and then a song about it and then hear it from her fans forever.
Look what you made me do. Look what you... That's the only song I remember from Taylor Swift for some reason. Like, I'll admit, like, I do like some of her songs, but half of them I can't even remember which ones that I like.
I'm trying to remember now that you say that.
I know the first one that I just sang is one of them, because I know that one I just thought that sounded catchy. Which I forget the name of it. I think that was a newer one that came out 2016, 2017.
Fuck, I'm trying to think so hard in my head right now about any Taylor Swift
How
song.
about you guys? Are you guys Swifties?
If they're Swifties, then our channel is going to be immediately brought down. But on the bright side, now we have comments.
Yeah, we need to get more freaking comments.
Yeah, Swifties, come on. Bring it.
Oh, God, in 2 weeks, that was my birthday episode. Ugh. 2 weeks after this one, my birthday episode.
And I'm turning 20 this year.
Yeah.
Wow, would you look at that? 20.
Oh, man.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Am I happy about it? No. But you know what I am happy about?
One more year left and then shit gets wild.
Well, I was going to take a completely dark route. I'm like, what, when you're closer to dying?
That's right. When I turn 21, I can finally buy my girlfriend. You know her as, her name is, Winchester?
Fucking Sarah Winchester. Fucking just her as a ghost.
Yeah, she's just standing at the edge of my bed with one of her guns. She goes, "Alright, bitch!" I hit my funny bone.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, actually finish that Pepsi this time, please. I'm sorry, I had to say, I gotta get through your head.
By the way, did you finally finish God of War?
Very close. I think I'm gonna do one more episode where I'm gonna go until I beat it, I think.
I swear to God, if you go into fucking March, not completing God of War, I'm going to Spartan rage your ass.
I already told them that I'll do a stream for the last episode, kind of like how I did for Ghost of Tsushima. I'll do a stream. I'll do a birthday stream because it'll be right after my birthday.
I know exactly what Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
So stay tuned for that. So for the events going on right now, since we don't have a whole lot going on, since a lot of our events are around the holiday season.
What do you mean? I have a lot going on.
Well, and I'm talking about YouTube-wise, not your personal life.
Oh.
But yeah, but before we end off, stay tuned for my birthday podcast episode, which we're not gonna do too much special for that one. I don't think, but that's in 2 weeks' time. I'm
gonna buy him a PS5
that's,
for his birthday.
Where the fuck are you gonna get the money for that? Shit's expensive.
Dude, did you not hear about the landscaping job?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about it. Well, you didn't say that you were like that you had it or have it.
It's a 50-50. Like it's really a 50-50.
Yeah.
And also Men's Warehouse. And if you guys want to know what it is, it's just clothing store, tailor store. And I'd want to work there because you guys see the way I dress, and I have to make this guy dress up like this for special episodes. Because the last time you did it, when was the last time you dressed up for an episode?
I don't know. I think it was over the summer last year when I did.
Maybe, but the first time ever we dressed up to make episodes, back when I was bald, and when I put on my white button-up, I legit looked like fucking Pitbull.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mr. Saturdays with the Boys podcast, cool up. All right.
If we actually did a song about our podcast, how do you think that would turn out? If freaking Pitbull did a song about our podcast.
It's just like, yeah, 1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beer, go.
Oh my god.
I know you hate it. I know you hate me. I know you hate it.
Oh man, but yeah, so, and also if you guys want to go to my main channel, that same week of my birthday episode of the podcast, I want to do a birthday stream earlier that day. It's going to be pre-recorded, obviously, but...
By the way, if you're wondering what the birthday stream is, it's literally just him playing a video game.
Yeah.
So
I do the same thing where I talk towards the beginning of the stream, like kind of like how I do on the podcast to you guys.
It's not him, like, opening up birthday presents.
Yeah, no.
In case you were wondering that, it's just literally a stream he does once a year on his birthday.
Yeah, I actually didn't do it last year, actually. The last time I did it was the Ghost of Tsushima.
One.
Yeah, and that was like and that's when I finished the game, and that was like 2 years ago.
Dude.
Did
you hear that Ghost of Tsushima 2 is in the works?
Really?
I've never seen you get so excited about something quick.
It was a good game.
Especially the DLC that improved along his story.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys see me watch Ghost of Tsushima or you see the series where I play the DLC, but I remember mentioning in an episode that like I hope they make another one because it was such a good game. Dude,
I've never seen you get so excited. Just you became me for a second. Just, oh yeah, they're also making a Ghost of Tsushima 2 in the works. Really? Oh my.
Oh man. Yeah, but we should probably. But yeah, so I'll say this last time, and then I'll do the outro. Stay tuned for basically my birthday stream for God of War and birthday podcast episode, which will be airing the same day, but just more in the evening. So yeah, that's the only big events going on right now. So anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'm gonna try to end off early because lately we've been making longer episodes. So I just kind of want to cut this one more short. Not only does it make it easier on us, but for me for when I post it too. But yeah, so final reminders to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. We're at 22 podcast subscribers, get us to 30, and turn notifications on. New episodes air every Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time because it started with Boys Podcast. And also hit the link in the description to my main channel. You'll see regular weekly uploads Fridays. As of right now, only game videos on Saturdays, but that will change in the near future in May to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And then you'll get podcast highlights every Saturday on there as well. And then you'll just get more of me and the guys concerning what videos that I make on that channel. So yeah, we're at 267 subscribers, get us at 300. I'm very confident that we'll be able to hit 300 this year. So yeah, and that's all I'm going to say. Is there anything you want to say before we end it off?
University, California with our Marlon Brando's eye.
And one last thing, since this is going to be out right before the Super Bowl. San Francisco, please win. Please. I'm putting it in right now. That's right, Hunter and Zach. You have to go for the Chiefs, you fucking losers. Anyways.
I'm on my knees for this. Please.
Yeah, so San Francisco, please win. We're tired of the Chiefs. They've had their go the last few years. Not only that, they need to win this rematch. 4 years in the making.
Dude, right now it's the United States of San Francisco. Right now, no one wants Kansas City to win except for Taylor Swift fans. Even my mom, who used to be, she usually roots for Kansas City. Usually, I do too.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, if Taylor Swift wasn't dating Travis Kelce, I'd probably be going for I wouldn't mind San Francisco or Kansas City.
But they're just like they've been out there. Had so many. You know what I mean? Like just in the last 4 years.
So many fucking close wins to Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like they've had their go the last 4 years. Like it's almost like Roman Reigns and it's freaking Tyler Rain at this point.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go San Francisco. Let's fucking go. Let me know you guys' predictions for the Super Bowl as well. And then, as always, we'll see you guys next week. Oh, yeah, and also, happy early Valentine's Day for all you couples out there. And all you single folks, too. Remember to buy yourself some chocolates. Remember, it's cheaper to get yourself something than to get you and your partner something. Remember that.
Or you could also make a once-in-a-lifetime
as
purchase.
Freaking two single dudes are sitting here just to say that to make ourselves not feel so lonely. Trying to cheer ourselves up. I don't even know. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to end this off because we're already hour and 6 over, so we're 6 minutes over, so you guys enjoy, be sure to comment and subscribe. Go to San Francisco. Let me know your Super Bowl predictions and happy early Valentine's Day. There we go.
I'm dating Rakina. Rakina shotgun in my...
And yeah, so go to San Francisco. Happy early Valentine's Day. I said that like 3 or 4 fucking times. And as always, we will see you guys next week. Deuces.
Do it with the booty.
Oh my god.
Trapping.